Hey everybody, I am very excited to show you our miniPenny frame and how to assemble it. If you own one of these wonderful things, you're in for a real treat. Let's open the box and get started. Now I'll remove all the components and unpack them so you can see exactly what to expect in the box. We'll start by attaching the handlebars. Take the exposed stem here and feed it into the head tube. There's a mark here for the minimum insert length, so make sure it's at least past that. Then grab your Allen keys. You're going to want the 5.5mm Allen wrench for this. Try to roughly align the handlebars with the forks and then tighten it in place there with the bolt head exposed at the top of the stem. This can be adjusted later to match your height better and to better be aligned with the forks once the wheel's installed. Next thing we're going to do is take this exposed brake cable and attach it to the empty brake lever up here. With the brake released, you can grab the tip of the brake cable here and pull the sheath back a bit to expose the bare wire. Now retract the brake lever to expose this attachment point here. Take the brake cable and feed it through a small hole in the bottom of the brake and out the back. Now take this tip again and latch it into this attachment point. Next, take the adjustment screw here and the lock nut. You're going to want to align these two notches you see, but twist them so they're facing down towards the bottom. And feed that brake cable through those notches. Then twist the locking nut so that the two notches no longer align. Next, we'll attach the fender. You'll see there's a bolt already attached to the top of the fork here. Remove this one. Make sure you keep the nut and the washer on the other side. Then feed this bolt back through the support bracket on the fender and into the same hole you just removed it from. Then grab your wrench and Phillips head screwdriver to tighten that into place. So these two support bars coming off the back of the fender will just hang loose for now. Those will be secured to the axle using that extra long skewer that came with the bike. So next, we'll move back to the seat support post. You'll notice that there's a bend at the top of the post that points forward. This was done to protect the bike from damage while shipping. Unless you like back pain though, I suggest you flip this around to point away from where you're sitting. We're going to do this by taking the wrench and removing the two bolts. Pull it off of the exposed threads. Flip it around and put it right back where you found it. Now there are 3 attachment points here if you decide you want to raise or lower the seat later on, but we'll go back to the middle for now. And then put these nuts back on as well and tighten them all the way down. Now, while we're here, we can take the 2 pegs as well, and we'll screw one on either side of these threads. Again, all the way down. Now you can take the screwdriver and feed it through this hole in the peg and use that to help tighten it as well. Next, we're going to attach the saddle itself. Now this has two attachment points. This front part here goes directly to the frame, and this back support bracket connects to the support bar. So we'll start by just sliding the front over the frame bar. Now there's a bolt here on the support bracket. You have to take this off. Rotate this forward through either of the two holes in the support bar, depending on how high you want the seat. And tighten it back in place using that washer and nut you removed. Again, you'll need the Phillips screwdriver and the wrench for this. Then last, take your wrench again and secure the nut here at the front of the saddle. There you go. Your frame is now as assembled as it can be, except for one final, very important piece. The GeoOrbital wheel. Now I've already removed the quick release skewer from this wheel so that we can use the longer one that came with your frame here. So start as normal by positioning the fork over the axle and dropping it on. Then you're going to want to remove the nut from the skewer completely and take those support bars from the fender and align them with the axle as well. Take the skewer, push it through this loop in the fender support bar, through the axle, out the other side, and secure it again to the spring and the nut. Now make sure the spring in this is pointing with the smaller side in towards the skewer. Attach the brakes again by pinching them together and latching the brake cable back into its seat. Obviously these brake pads are not at all set in the right position here. You have to adjust those later. Lastly, take the throttle, pull it up towards your handlebar to extend the cable, and attach it here next to the grip. For more detailed instructions on how to attach your wheel, you can check out our other videos. Thank you so much for your support. We hope you really love your new miniPenny.